Hello, River families. My name is Andrea Anderst, and I am the Children's Ministry Coordinator here at the River Community Church. I was hoping that in the next couple of weeks, I would have the opportunity to meet families in person, that I would get to know you, meet your children, and that we would start journeying together in a church together, back in person type of experience. With yesterday's announcement from the provincial government and AHS, with the increased pressure on hospital systems, the continued rise in cases of COVID, the fact that our youngest Albertans and Riverites are not vaccinated, and all of that paired with already always busy family schedules, it appears that a return to church in person is going to look different than maybe what we had imagined or hoped for. I think that this comes with a lot of feelings for people. I think that families maybe are tired, that this yet again is another challenge that we are facing, that we are not sensing the return to normal is going to be happening in any type of speedy scenario that would be wonderful. So we're trying to figure out, how do we do church together? And my job in particular is trying to figure out, how do we do church together with our children in the coming weeks or months when we continue to face this pandemic scenario? So with that in mind, I have a couple things that I would like to share with you. It is my hope that as a church community, we can step into this next few weeks really creatively and try to build some opportunities for connection and learning together. So we have a few thoughts, and as we try to navigate some creative approaches to doing church together in this landscape of church life, what I would hope is that we could be gracious with one another and approach this a little bit flexibly as we try to experiment with some ideas and figure out what this path ahead looks like. I think for myself and my family, we have determined that over COVID, a skill that has been honed for us is the ability to constantly pivot and change directions, because it's been required for success and for general happiness in the day. So as we approach this next phase, let's experiment together. Let's plan together, listen to one another, and try to engage with one another so that we can create a church experience that is hospitable and understanding of where we're all at. With that in mind, we have three kind of approaches that we are going to try. One of them is, we are about to enter a sermon series called Bless. And this is a 6-week series where Pastor Dale is going to walk us through kind of the basic Christian practices of what it looks like to have blessing from God and to be blessing to others. And so we have created a tool that we're hoping will help people to engage in the series, and would hopefully be a tool that could be used for families with their kids or teens to work together through the things that Dale is sharing. So the tool that we've created, and we will provide a printable link online, is our Bless Passport. We actually have two versions of this. We have one that is designed for younger kids in elementary school with some coloring pages and some activity sheets inside. And then we also have one that could be used for adults and for teens and for upper elementary. This is also something that you guys could fill out together as a family, especially if you're watching from home and you're joining us virtually. You can pause during the sermon time as you walk along and try to answer the questions. And it would be a great opportunity with all ages of elementary kids to fill in the blanks together and see if the kids are listening to and understanding the message that Dale's sharing. You might also want to take some time to think about how you do that as a family. If you have really young children that just can't sit still and pay attention, can you set up a play space in the living room for them or wherever you're watching, so that they're at least in your presence while you're engaging in worship? Can you bring a snack out to keep them busy? Could you stand up as a family and sing songs together and join with our worship team from your home in that way? One of the perks of virtual is that it can fit in your schedule anywhere. So if Sunday mornings doesn't work, or now our Saturday evening time doesn't work, maybe an evening before bed works better. And you guys can participate in church life together and use the passports in that way. Idea number 2, we want to increase our virtual presence. So we want to provide resources, activities, communication virtually so that families know what's going on and we can journey together. So here's an example of that. I'm making a video now for the parents, but I'm also going to make a video for kids. So in the next day or two, you're going to see a post that's specific to kids. And these posts will also follow along with our sermon series. So on Saturday, spoiler alert, Dale's going to be talking about Jesus washing the disciples' feet. And so I'm going to create a video that is talking to kids about that story. And I would love for you guys to pull your kids around your screens and watch that video. These are not intended to be polished performances. These are intended to be an opportunity to be together in this weird experience. So you'll see me, you'll see my kids, you'll see my husband. Maybe eventually we can get some of you to volunteer as well, and you guys can be on the videos. This will be the RiverKids on video. Idea number 3 is we want to do some activities together. And for now, we're going to focus that virtually. So in the video coming up with Jesus washing his disciples' feet, I'm going to provide an activity challenge for kids to participate in. And what we would love to see as families is, one, we would love to see some of you participate, but we would also love to hear about that participation. So we are going to be focusing our energy on the RiverKids private chat group on Facebook. And we are going to use that as a platform for families to post some pictures, some very short videos, 15 to 30 seconds sort of thing, of their participation in activities. And this can be a way that we can see that other people are participating in activities together, so that even though we're at a distance from one another, that we're doing something similar. We're on a same journey together. And then through those posts, I'm hoping that we can interact with one another, post on each other's pictures, let the kids see what other kids are doing, and maybe we can even get some of the adults to participate and show some pictures there so that we can see as a whole church we're doing some activities together. We're going to start small. We're going to start with really simple activities that could be done in like 10 or 20 minutes as a family so that they're really easy. And then we'll see where this goes. I'm hoping there will be some opportunities for me to pop by, or some other adults to pop by for some porch visits, maybe some drop-offs, maybe sending some mail, and just being as creative as we possibly can to help children feel like they are part of a church experience. Now, one caveat of that is that for children to feel a part of the experience, we really do need parents to participate. We need you to log on with your kids to see what the resources are, to watch the short videos, and to then do the activities. I guess lastly, those are the first 3 ideas. 1, follow along with the sermon. Dale's presenting it in a kid-friendly way. Use the passports. 2, we're going to increase our presence on social media and virtually. 3, we're going to participate in some activities, and we'd love for you to post pictures, send emails about participation in those activities. But the last thing is, I would love to hear from you. My sense is, so far, very early sense of the River, is that you are a group of people who care deeply for one another. You care about discipling your kids and teaching them about Jesus. You care about ministering to those around you, and you care about living out a healthy display of the gospel. I'm also getting the sense that you're pretty creative and open to new ideas, and I love that. I love that we can figure this out together and maybe do church in a really different, unique way. So in doing that together, I want to know you more. If you have thoughts, if you have ideas, if you like something or don't like something that we're doing, could you email me? Could you let me know so that we can get to know one another? You can always email me at riverkids.ca@gmail.com. And if you are uncomfortable with posting pictures of your kids on Facebook in our private group, and you'd rather participate one-on-one through email and I can send messages back and forth with your kids, that's cool too. We can participate that way by sending an email to one another. Yeah, this is a very bizarre experience. We don't know what's in store. That's been proven for the months that have passed. But we do want to do church well. We want to care for the community around us. We want to set a good example by following AHS regulations. We don't want to spread COVID, and we want to care for you as families and care for your kids. So with that in mind, blessings on all of you. Welcome to this new version of 6 weeks together. And I look forward to hearing from you and journeying together. And stay tuned for the kids video that will be coming out shortly.